it's, I one of my driving forces. So I remember this was right before I met Larry and Jamie, yourself as well. And I remember, so Jamie, in my brain, it's funny. I remember your name from like 2008, 9. But then when we really connected in like 11, 12, 13 or whatever, like when we all met at like events and stuff like that, that's where like I really got to know you better. And it was so awesome. But I remember so when I started my online career in 2006, I was just like trying to do all this internet marketing stuff, and some succeeded, some didn't. But I remember learning Zig Ziglar's quote around, you can have everything you want in life if you can just help enough other people get what they want. And I learned that in 2007, and I adopted that as like one of my core philosophies. In fact, back then that's all I talked about was that. But I lived by it. It wasn't just talk.
Yep.
And that's where within a year I created a full-time income. And that's been just that was 2008. It's been amazing what's happened since then. And I share that because service to many leads to greatness, as the late, great Jim Rohn always shared. And that is one of our common bonds. And I look at this as like the deepest duty, obligation, responsibility. Like one of the primary reasons I'm even here on earth is to leave an impact. And it's not like I have these visions of like, I'm going to change the world, but we can change thousands and already have. We can impact, in fact, millions of people in the end. And even though there's billions on earth, we can make a difference together and collectively and, ripple impact. So
we are moving into and we have been now for years. And I think we've seen this back in 2008. I saw this back in 2004. To be honest, I was playing computer games.
Yeah.
And I realized, wait, there's something else going on here. And I was like, can you actually earn income from the internet and make it a sustainable living? Right. That was a driving force for me, because I was that person who dropped out of high school. I was that person who just did labor jobs. And I always felt like my employers really didn't care whether I was there or not. They just picked someone else to do the dirty job. And as we move forward, the reality is, I know there's a lot of people out there who are looking for a better way to live, looking for a better way to spend time with their family, looking for more for their life in general. And I'm confident enough today to know that there are vehicles out there where we can help people. We can really genuinely help people. They're duplicatable. The patterns have been created. It's like battle tested. The things we're sharing with you guys is stuff that's been battle tested over the years.
Right.
From all of our collective experiences, that it's insurmountable how much money we spent and how much time we spent learning this stuff. So I do want to kind of put you on the spot for a moment, Jason. I have a question for you, because I know right about now, we've mentioned the word network marketing. And I know that a lot of people think that network marketing is a dirty word. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. Now, for what it's worth, I've made, enough in the network marketing world to where Uncle Sam wanted to take tax money from me. He didn't lock me up. He took my money. So I know it's legit. But when people ask you, hey, man, is this network marketing thing? Is this a scam? What's your response to that?
Dude, that's really, what's interesting is that I actually never get people asking me that anymore.
Right.
And now the reason, there's twofold for that.
Because you bring a lot of people in and make a lot of money?
Yeah. The reasons are, so here's the first reason. And this takes time to get to, is that people know I've become an expert around it. And so like a lot of people won't question their doctor around medical stuff. You should be, but most people don't, because you just accept it. They went to school for 14 years. They've been doing this for however long. They're an expert, so they don't get questioned as much. So that's one reason, but that's not the thing that will help anybody listening or most people. The most important reason is that the way that we do the marketing, because most people on my team don't ever hear that anymore either.
Yeah.
And the reason is because the way we do the marketing, we're actually attracting in people who've already got past, is this a pyramid scheme? Is this a scam? They get filtered out with the way we do marketing. So that was part of my goal when I wanted to start doing this back in the day, is that, you know, I did talk to all the friends and family at the beginning, and I even brought a whole bunch of them in. And I really thought like I was going to get 5, they were going to get 5. And so instead I just brought in like 19, and 19 people all got 2 over 6 months. I was like, what? That didn't work. That should be like
5. What you doing, y'all?
Exactly. So
the diagram.
you're not following this plan. What happened? And it's because I was so excited about it. They joined my excitement. But I share all that to say I did deal with a lot of that my first year or so. And so we have it's actually part of our, like, the way we do the marketing is that we attract the right people by the things we put online. And you don't have to be some person that, like, I've spent $12,000 on single events only to focus on how to be a better communicator, both internally and externally. So like, you don't have to go spend all this money to be good on videos or talking with people. What you can do is, like, we have ways to share information. Guys, we have a gal on the team that struggled for years, and Larry and Jamie knows her name's Melissa, and Melissa has never appeared in a video, and she's never done a voiceover, but yet she brings in people from YouTube into her business, and she, like, literally her business is growing. It's amazing. She's finally making money. She's finally excited. And not only is she bringing people in, she has people who are bringing people who are bringing people in. Now, so it totally works. And it works if anybody, like, puts in some time or money or both. And you can attract people in with time or money. But so Larry, the pyramid scheme thing, here's what I'll share is that and I have a smart ass answer too. And I have this little video I send people to if they actually ask that.
That's always a good answer.
Basically is just making fun of pyramid schemes and, like, the whole, it does the government play and, like, your job.
I love it. Yeah.
So it's really funny, but legitimately there are things that are actual pyramid schemes out there. And what they are is when there is no product being exchanged for the money. And it's basically people paying in money to go make money from others, but there's no legit product or service actually, like, it's not worth the amount being traded. So if Larry and Jamie ask me to join them, and it's like they want me to give them $1,000, and then I go out and I just ask people to give me 1,000, and we're not giving them any service or benefits for that. That's what an actual pyramid scheme is. And so it's okay. A lot of those questions, I don't have any reactions anymore when I hear it. And it depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I send the smart ass video.
Right.
But if it's someone that's asking, like, from their heart, like, legitimately, and they're not, like, attacking me, even if they attack me, sometimes I still educate them. But it's really about, is there a real product or service? And in fact, one of the things that, you know, we'll share some point during this is that we have some of the most legitimate products and services that, like, it's like life-changing, amazing. Oh, yeah. Like, this is stuff that you'll want to buy even if you weren't going to make any money or try to, like,
that's what I was going to say. I think that's the biggest thing that I love about our products. I was going to use them regardless if there was an affiliate program or any kind of compensation plan involved, because they work, and I was already looking for that product, and I was failing and trying stuff that I wasn't. We'll talk more about the product later, but I wasn't going to the gas station and getting some bunk product either. I was shelling out the money, and I still was not getting quality products. So I would still be buying this regardless, just because of how much it's helped my family and my friends. So
yeah.
And you know, you guys brought up something. You made me think. I had to go back and think about this whole, is this a scam thing? I don't think I've ever actually gotten that question. And I think that's because, one, when I first started in this industry, I actually refused to go to my friends and family. I was like bucking the system. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And I started doing more, storytelling and attraction marketing type of stuff. And I think, like what you said speaks volumes. When you posture yourself a certain way, you're just not going to get those questions. You know, if you're scared and worried that you're going to get those questions, you're probably going to get those questions like gangbusters. So be prepared for them.
This is a core point of it. I was out on a run like a day or two ago, and this entered my mind, and this is perfect. It's around this, is that the people who tend to, like, if you have doubts in what we're doing and you're not really sold that we have the most amazing, guys, there are people we'll introduce you to that are like, are you kidding? This is crazy to be like connected with this caliber of people. But I share that because if you don't understand some of that stuff, you may go out there. Let's say you liked what we're going to present and you wanted to get in, but then you're like, let's say you believe you even have people that are friends and family that you actually like, this is so amazing, I want to introduce it. But if you have doubts around it, you're going to introduce it with those doubts. Yeah. So one of the key things is like, do you believe in it yourself? And once you do, like with what's happening now, it's funny. I haven't gone to friends and family since like 2006, since I very first started. I am now like, guys, I know things are scary because I have friends and family losing their jobs and stuff with all this COVID stuff. And so now I'm like, I feel in my heart like there's things I want to go back and share with them because I know what we have.
Exactly.
It may just save their finances, their life. It may save them instead of them having to file bankruptcy like I did in 2005 or get kicked out of a rental home like in the movie The Big Short. Like when my whole family, we get the sign on the door and we're getting evicted because the owner stopped paying. And we're like, what? This is crazy. We didn't know. And we just get booted out in the street. That there's people don't have to deal with those things and that there's solutions to all of this. Yeah. And that's really, you know, when you know what we're doing can help people, then it becomes like, wow, now I actually want to go back. Now it's an
obligation. Yeah. And actually, that's funny that you said that because I just said, I've never gone to friends and family. This is the first company that I have because I know how good the products are and how they've helped my daughter, especially. That's been like the most dramatic changes I've seen. And just, you know, the other people that have experienced it and the changes in them as well, that I'm like, I feel it's an obligation to share it with them. And that was before this whole COVID-19 thing started happening. Now I'm like, all right, people, I know you didn't listen the first time. Maybe you're not hearing me. Are you open now? Are you ready now? So yeah. So even though before I was like, never friends and family ever, that's probably because I wasn't as passionate about this company and product as, as this one. I wasn't, it just was what it was. But now we have a solid company, we have a solid product, and it's something that people need, whether it's the product, the compensation, a combination thereof. It's something that is useful to the world. And you're right, we have an obligation to share it.
Yeah. And before I ask you to do a presentation, Jason,